Hi Aquarius, welcome to your October read. Let's see what's coming in for you. Starting with the Ten of Pentacles, wow, crossed by the High Priestess, interesting. Four of Swords down the bottom, Ace of Wands, nice, the Chariot. Oh my goodness, the Ten of Cups, right alongside that Ten of Pentacles. Incredibly positive things are coming towards you, Aquarius. The Eight of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Fool in your hopes and fears and in your outcome. We have the Knight of Pentacles, interesting one to end on. That was kind of the mascot card for our September reads. It has been showing up a little bit in October, so there is a little bit of a lag of that slow, patient energy. But we'll have a look to see what that one's indicating for you. Now, bottom of the deck. Oh, wow. Okay, so I said this was the mascot card for September. Pretty sure this is our mascot card for October. It has come in, I'm pretty certain, in every single read I've done for October. The Three of Wands. This is your overseeing energy for this read. This is the moment before your ships come in. This is this moment of anticipation, preparation, and I just get this sense of building excitement, building momentum. It's the moment before you step out on the stage, the moment before you set off on a new journey, the moment before you start a new job. You know, it's that moment of excitedness and nervousness. It's very positive though. Underneath that, oh, okay, Five of Pentacles and the World. Wow, big cycles ending, new cycles beginning. And what I'm feeling this Three of Wands is anticipating is this move away finally from this poverty mindset, this sense of feeling left out in the cold, a sense of feeling abandoned. You are feeling on the threshold of something brand new. It's very exciting. Okay, before we get to your main spread, let's have a look at your oracle cards. Okay, so we have from your Enchanted Forest Oracle, Forest Song. Beautiful. Nurture your inner child with love and compassion. These adorable little critters in there. Nurture your inner child with love and compassion. Very clear message. Look after that inner child. Reconnect with that hopeful optimism. I feel like you have some of that with that Fool in your hopes and fears position. It's beautiful. Okay, from the Spirit Animals Oracle, you have the raccoon with Inventor. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. The little trickster raccoon. Very interesting. What I really love is that where he's situated is right alongside this Ace of Wands card. And this is the universe handing you this magic wand. I feel like it's handing the raccoon this wand to go off and invent something to make his life wonderful. I'm getting this sense of you, because things are looking incredibly positive in your read. I'm getting this sense that you need to nurture that inner child and allow that sense of fun and play and adventure in your life. You deserve it, obviously, but there's also a need to ensure with this card, practice integrity, to ensure that there's a maturity that comes into play, that you're not enjoying yourself at the expense of others. So it's a real balancing act between allowing that inner child to be nurtured and grow and play and experience your life to its fullest extent, while also being mindful that you share this world with others. You have many roles and can juggle them well. I feel like you'll be fine if you maintain that integrity and wear the right hat for the right role while still maintaining that integrity of yourself, recognizing that it is just a role and you're not identifying with it so completely that you lose yourself and lose your connection with your inner child. You'll be fine. This is very cool. So yes, you have this magic wand that has been handed to you by the universe. This is in your recent past, this Ace of Wands. So I kind of feel like this is feeding that sense of excitement and anticipation that I was picking up with that Three of Wands. There's something new and fresh that has been sparked in you recently. And because it is a Wands card, there is that sort of fiery energy. It is that building excitement, that spark of inspiration. And I'm getting that sense of creativity again with this Inventor. What I love though is that you haven't let yourself run away with this. You have brought in some of this maturity, that integrity that I was talking about with the raccoon, because your very next card is the Ten of Pentacles. The Pentacles are very, very grounded energy, and it's like you're grounding this fiery passion, excitement, creativity, and vibrant energy into reality, and you're being showered with blessings from the universe. The Ten of Pentacles can indicate an inheritance or like a gift of wealth or abundance that's kind of handed to you that you've earned, but this is like the bonus. You've maybe been approved for a loan, or you've been given a bonus or a raise at your job, or you've got another job that pays even better for less work. It's something like that. It's like something you've earned plus bonus. And it's come from your hard work and this gift from the universe. There's something here that I'm kind of getting an element of luck with this. There's this sense of positive luck that's come into play to shower you with abundance. You've been working towards this. Like I said, this is not an undeserved flush of abundance, of wealth, of charity. You've earned this. And there's this lovely sense of security and comfort and laying the groundwork for long-term stability. It's a legacy card, this one. So it's like you're preparing for your offspring, your grandchildren. There's something here that's connecting through time, and it's just creating a sense of security and abundance for you. It's crossed by the High Priestess, which is a really interesting energy in the challenge position. This is kind of why I was picking up that sense of needing to have a bit of maturity with the raccoon, to not lose that connection with your inner child, but also not let that inner child run amok. Because the High Priestess in the challenge is suggesting you're either having trouble connecting with your intuition, or you're dismissing it or not tuning in at all to your intuition right now. And that's fair enough, because things in your external world are looking really, really positive. When we get caught up in the wonderful occurrences in our external world, we sometimes lose touch with our inner world because we feel we don't need it as much. A lot of people fall back on the more spiritual aspects of their life, including religion or meditation or just tuning in intuitively, only when they're in a state of confusion or doubt or fear or anguish or grief. It's all of those emotions that are harder for us to deal with when we don't have that spiritual connection that help us draw inwards. If we can, however, connect in with our intuition when things are good, we can reach great heights and accelerate our spiritual journey to the point that if we can step high enough, move forward enough, we don't fall as far and we fall less frequently back into those less comfortable energies. So while you've got this incredible external abundance and comfort and security and excitement and ambition and passion in your life, try to create space in your life, a little pocket of time for you to turn inwards, to connect in with your intuition, to connect in with your heart, connect in with that inner child. Don't lose touch with that inner self, because that part of you wants to come with you on this journey and it wants to help elevate you even higher. There's a reason it's come in here. I'm not just spouting rhetoric. This is here for a reason. So there's some part of you that wants you to reconnect with your intuition, even while your external world is really exciting and positive. So just keep that in mind. I might pull clarifiers on that one, because I'd like to see if the reason for it can become apparent, or if I can give you any more info on it. Okay, crown of your spread, you have the Chariot. This is awesome. You're very clear that you are steering the ship. You know where you want to go, and you are in charge of getting yourself there. It's a very positive, strong, confident energy. You are driving this chariot. You are reining in these two sphinxes, making sure they head in the direction that you've got in your mind, and you're being powered by the magic of the universe with that wand, that Ace of Wands. I don't need to tell you much more. That's in the crown of your reed. You know all of this. You know where you're going, and you're handling it beautifully. It's really interesting that all of this is looking so positive, and yet we've still got this sense of waiting for something new to come in. So you are being elevated higher, even higher than where you're looking at, like you're sitting right now. So if you can connect in with your intuition, you'll be prepared when those ships do come in, and you'll be able to see more clearly exactly how high you can go and how brilliant your life can be. Right, bottom of the spread, we're getting there already. You've got the Four of Swords. This is another card like this High Priestess that's asking you to draw inwards. Connect in with your heart. He has his hands in prayer over his heart, pointed straight up towards these swords that are pointed down towards him, bringing in those higher spiritual messages, receiving spiritual downloads, connecting with his higher wisdom, allowing it to penetrate right into his heart so he doesn't miss it. This is a card of receptivity and openness. It's also a card of rest and recuperation. It's a quiet inward drawing energy. It's below the surface. So again, I feel like this is being overlooked, possibly even ignored. It's been it's got the High Priestess over the top. So the energies of these cards are feeling less important to you right now. And some of you may have stopped even listening to me right now because it's not relevant. You're too busy thinking about your external world. That's totally okay. Your external world is looking so positive and it's just going to get better. But again, there's a reason that these cards are here. There is some part of you that wants to connect back in with that quiet inner self. And it's so much nicer to connect in with that quiet inner self and raise ourselves higher when we're in a space of balance and calm and joy and peace. It's actually a lot harder when we have a lot of inner turmoil to lift ourselves out. We have to go really dark and deep to sort of slingshot ourselves out when we're in a space of turmoil. We seem to have a belief that we need to suffer in order to awaken. Suffering is part of the old school karmic mentality. We're rising above that now. While you're in this happy, positive, peaceful, balanced space, as I said before, give yourself that space and time when you can to just take moments to connect in with your heart, to go quiet, to feel that sense of the I am, that intuition, that quiet inner voice. Let that know that you're still listening, and that will help you as you move forward. We'll see where it's going. There's a reason they're here. We'll find out what that is when I pull some clarifiers. Your near future, you have the 10 of Cups. This is the happy ever after card, the happy everything card, the joy, the happy families, pots of gold at the end of the rainbow card. In your near future, I mean, this is incredibly positive, and this is where you've been driving yourself. This is the line that you're taking here. You're going to peak quite early in October. You're going to hit this point where you have material abundance and emotional satisfaction with that 10 of Pentacles and that 10 of Cups. It's just beautiful. Remember, however, that the 10s are the ending of a cycle, and you are apparently ending a major cycle right before you start a brand new cycle. Because that's a cycle. It keeps going. It keeps going around and around and around. And you're coming to the ending of a cycle, which is, I think, why this High Priestess and Four of Swords are wanting to get your attention here, because you don't want to cycle back down. You want to cycle up. You want to keep cycling up. Keep raising your positive energy. 8 of Wands in your advice position. This is really cool. Really positive energy. It's quite a different energy. I mean, I was giving you advice with these two cards, asking you to be quiet, take time out. It's a very different type of advice that this card is giving. It wants you to embrace the flow of the energy right now, to step into that energy that's pushing you forward. I'm getting this sense of wanting you to catch the wave here. But it does feel connected with these two cards because it is on that same level as that Four of Swords. Again, it feels like using this positive energy to drive you higher, catching that wave and lifting you even higher. So you're in this space of abundance and emotional satisfaction in your everyday world. Now it's time to lift you spiritually as well. Lift you consciously, lift your consciousness to a higher level. Ride this wave of energy, but take all of you with it. Don't leave any parts of yourself behind. If you're only focused on your external world and your emotional satisfaction, you may end up, as I said, cycling back down and finding that you're actually not fulfilled along the way and needing to find something else to meet that requirement of fulfillment. That's where that spiritual awakening comes in. It's another interesting energy. I might need to pull a clarifier on that one as well, because it's an interesting card in that position. I have been getting a lot of messages about being in the flow, and for you the energy is moving quite quickly and there's a lot of excitement and passion with it. With the flow state, we need to be sure we're not racing ahead and not lagging behind. There's a sweet spot where we catch that wave and we feel moments of serendipity and inspiration that opens doorways within and without. That's the wave that you want to catch. Your external factors is the Four of Cups. It's a very interesting card in that position. Again, I'm reading for the whole sign of Aquarius. So for a lot of you guys, your life is looking pretty positive right now. You're not all going to have the same life from the outside, but there's a sense of satisfaction and emotional fulfillment within the collective right now. And what you may be finding is that it's hard to connect with some of the people or many of the people around you, because a lot of people are actually dissatisfied with their lives right now. A lot of people are caught up in the worldly stuff as well. And there's a sense of dissatisfaction, discontentedness, boredom, frustration, feeling limited. And a lot of those people are not open to receiving any blessings coming their way. They're closing off their heart. When you're living in your heart, it's very hard to connect with those people that are not, that are closing their hearts off and therefore closing off you if you're trying to reach out to them. If there are people in your life that are sort of weighing on you, that are dragging you down, it might be prudent to negotiate ways to either avoid those people or to find ways to engage with them in a setting or in a particular way that doesn't sap your energy and doesn't lower your own positive vibration right now, because you are really going well. Yeah, I want you to maintain this beautiful positive energy. Keep connected with that inner child. But this is sort of linking back to this inventor card, this raccoon, about practicing integrity. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. It's not that I'm sensing you're going to be a trickster, but it might be easy when you're feeling so good to feel a sense of disparagement or frustration towards the people around you who are focused on the negative all the time, or feeling really miserable but not really doing anything to fix their circumstances, or who have no other option but to sit in the circumstances they're in and they're not accepting help, or they can't accept help. The world is a crazy place. We're all in different circumstances. So while you're feeling positive and happy and content and this sense of abundance right now, make sure to practice that integrity, to keep your heart open and to recognize that not everyone is in the same space as you. You don't want to be dragged down by that energy, but equally you don't want to dismiss these people or block them or contribute to their suffering in any way. So use your own sense of understanding about the people in your life and find ways to gently extract yourself from situations that aren't serving you or them, and keep your vibration high. A very hippie way of saying that. The full in your hopes and fears is awesome. As I said, that hopeful optimism, that positivity, this is what you're wanting. This is what is sustaining you right now. There's a part of you that doesn't, it's like I'm getting this sense of someone who doesn't ever want to grow up because life is too good right now. You're just enjoying being that Peter Pan right now. You're enjoying life and feeling youthful and hopeful and optimistic. And look, if any of you are watching this as an Aquarius and you're not experiencing any of this, this energy is saying that it's available to you. So if you're feeling more like you're more connected to this Four of Cups energy, if you can open up your heart, you will discover that this will start to unfold for you. There is something coming towards you. Even if you don't see yourself in the space of the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups within the first couple of weeks of October, there is still something heading towards you. So the more you can open your heart up and connect in with your intuition, because that is in the challenge, it's a really important card for all of you. If you can keep yourself open, you will discover that these energies are available, that there is excitement here. There are opportunities to find peace and joy in connecting in with your inner child. And this is what you want with that Fool card in your hopes and fears. You're wanting this brand new adventure. You're wanting to start something new with hope and optimism. You're wanting to reconnect with that inner child again, which is why I'm saying if you're not in this space, do try to open up your heart. Recognize that full energy within you, and he will help find your path along this glorious sunny road. I love this. In your outcome, the Knight of Pentacles, as I said, that was the energy I was seeing all through September. It's about patience and slow, steady progress. I almost get the sense that I need to warn you that the energy might really slow down for you at the end of October, and to not lose heart with this. Whatever has fueled this energy, and you had this Eight of Wands as your advice, keep pushing forward, like driving through with that flow, getting into that flow and keeping that enthusiasm going. When you get to the Knight of Pentacles right at the end of October, it might feel like things become sluggish and slow, and whatever it is, whatever aspect of your world this is, if it's a relationship or a job, or if you're house hunting or building a house, or you're starting a hobby or mastering a skill, whatever this is in your life that's given you this incredible boost, just be mindful that things may feel like they're slowed down. And because this has come right after this Four of Cups, it could be that being exposed to so many other people around you who are not in this flow state does actually slow that energy down. It drags you back a little bit. Maintain your positivity with this. Remember, we still have this Three of Wands overseeing this whole read. Your ships still haven't come in yet. Right at this end point, there is still something waiting to come in that's going to be very, very positive for you. This Knight of Pentacles is very, very patient. He's planted his crops and he's waiting very patiently for them to grow. He knows that it takes time, that he knows that they'll put down strong roots and will be lasting and will sustain him long into the future. So whatever it is you're building, it has the potential to last. So do find that patience. And while you're in this state, you might choose to go back into this quiet, inward-centered focus, connecting in with your intuition, receiving those messages from on high. That will help move you through this as well. I'm going to pull some clarifiers for you. What I might do is actually pull on the High Priestess and the Four of Swords together, because that energy is very similar between those two. We've got the Five of Swords. Very interesting. That's the card of a no-win situation. It's a mental suit though, so thoughts getting in the way. It's interesting. We'll see what else comes out before I read it fully. The Moon card. Okay, that's confusion and lack of clarity. I mean, that makes sense with the High Priestess. You're wanting to get... Okay, wait, we've got the Justice. Wanting to tap into your intuition. That Moon usually has the Hermit's face in it in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, so it's about tapping into your intuition to gain clarity and vision on your path. And the Justice is about balance, justice being served. These three cards, I'm really just getting the sense that the reason these cards are wanting you to keep connected with your intuition and to take time to be receptive, to tune into your heart and receive those higher messages, it's almost like you need to keep the practice up, because at some point you will find yourself getting trapped in your thoughts, feeling a sense of confusion and a lack of clarity on your path and wanting to regain your balance, get back into that balance and that state of righteousness, to follow the right path. And the way you're going to do that is by connecting in with your intuition, receiving those spiritual messages, those spiritual downloads. So while everything is looking absolutely incredibly positive for October externally, these cards are indicating that there will come a time where you do need to rely on your intuition again, where you need to be connected with that inner self, because the outer world is not as clear. It's not making as much sense for you. It could be when we get to that Knight of Pentacles. I'm going to pull on that one as well. It might be sometime during the month. It might come and go, or it might be further down the track. These two cards, as I said, they're just kind of wanting you to keep up a practice of connecting in with your intuition. You may find you don't need it at all through October, but these cards are indicating that you will need it again at some point. These three cards are very clear. This is a no-win situation and the lack of clarity on your path, and you wanting to regain your balance and get back on the path of righteousness. So they're very clear clarifiers for me. Make sure you keep up a practice of tuning in to your intuition, connecting in with your heart, so that when you need it, it's there to support you. All right, I'm going to pull on this Eight of Wands because it's an interesting card in that position, and we're getting odd conflicting messages all over the place about what action to take. But I do feel like the two intuitive cards that are asking you to go inwards, that's almost separate to the advice that this is giving you. This is sort of wanting you to stay connected with this line of the positive Ace of Wands energy, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. And I do feel more and more that it's about keeping that enthusiasm going as you move into that Knight of Pentacles energy. But we'll see what comes out. Wow, we've got the Temperance, another card of balance. These two have come out a lot lately. Okay, lots of balance needed. Nice, the King of Cups. Beautiful energy. And the Eight of Cups flipped over as well. Okay. This is actually really beautiful energy. This is very much about being in the flow. The more I'm tuning into these four cards now, the more I'm feeling that Eight of Wands is asking you to get into the flow state, which has definitely been a message all through my October reads. We're being asked to step into the flow of life, of our energy, of nature. Remember I said that you need to make sure you're not rushing ahead and you're not lagging behind. I feel like that's what this temperance, this beautiful, calm, balanced temperance is asking you to do, to stay balanced. And that intuition, that High Priestess energy, that Four of Swords energy, that will help you keep calm and find your balance. If you can give yourself practices throughout the month to connect in with your heart and stay in that quiet inner space, that will help you maintain your balance and will keep you perfectly in that flow state. It will help you connect with this beautiful King of Cups energy. He's the master of his emotions. He knows exactly what he wants. This guy loves love. He's calling the love across the ocean. He's very emotionally balanced. He's unperturbed by the storm that's coming in. He's calling in the love because he wants to share it with the world. There's a sense that, coming under that Four of Cups, there is this sense that you want to share it with the people you care about. But you do need to be mindful that not everyone is going to be in the same space as you. And this Eight of Cups is asking you to be discerning and recognize that when it's time to walk away from something that's not serving you, that you're allowed to do it. You can't, I got the words, you can't save everyone. That's not where I was heading, but those are the words that came in. Not everyone is going to be willing to accept the love that you want to share, the joy, the passion, the excitement, the optimism that you want to share with them. And for some of you, there may be someone or something that you need to walk away from for your greatest good, for your highest benefit. This beautiful card, I love this Eight of Cups card. She's walking away from what no longer serves her and she's feeling such a sense of freedom. All those beautiful birds. This is also pointing to this intuition with that crescent moon, that top corner. The crescent moon always points to the moon at the High Priestess's feet. So it's connecting you with that intuition. So trust your intuition, trust your heart with that King of Cups. And when you're in this flow state, you will be able to be discerning about what or who you need to leave behind and or who you can bring with you on your journey. The people and the situations that are open to your beautiful, abundant, emotionally contented energy will raise themselves up with you, and it'll be such a fun journey to go on with them. If you're getting a lot of resistance from someone or from something, then you might need to take time to look at that and figure out if it's time to let that go. If you try to put all of your efforts into bringing everyone and everything with you, you'll end up getting drained and you'll lower that vibration and you'll probably fall into this energy here, the Five of Swords, moon energy. So find your balance and stay in that flow state and you'll know what's right and you'll know how to act and when to act. Very cool. Okay, I'm glad I got that because that was an interesting energy, that one. Let's look at this Knight of Pentacles now. What we got? The Hanged Man. Yes, very much. This is another card. These two cards, very slow energy. This is a card of taking time out. It's actually kind of a stopping card or a pause card. Take time out. Regain your balance. That Temperance card there. He's in a yoga pose. He's very strong. He's holding himself up with his own inner strength. He's balanced body, mind, spirit, and heart in perfect alignment. And the main message with the Hanged Man is to see things from a new perspective. When things start to slow down, instead of just getting frustrated and annoyed at the situations around you or the people that are holding you up, take time out, take a breath. It doesn't even need to be a day or an hour. Just take a breath before getting into an argument or firing up. Take a breath, see things from a higher perspective and recognize that there might be something else going on here. There's a reason you're in this situation when you're in it. And you'll be able to gain that higher perspective really quickly if you do maintain a spiritual practice of some kind, taking time out to tune into your intuition, meditating, connecting in with nature, whatever is right for you that helps you center yourself, get into that state of balance. If you have an ongoing practice, you'll find yourself falling into that space of the Hanged Man very quickly and easily. So you'll be less likely to fire up if you're feeling frustrated or if someone seems to be blocking your progress in whatever way that might happen. There is a reason that Knight of Pentacles is there. There's a reason things are having to slow down, and you'll be able to tune into that really well, especially if you're in that flow state. It's all very connected. The other thing I want to bring up is that Three of Wands. There's patience required there as well. So this is possibly slowing you down to feel that sense of patience, because if you're rushing ahead, you might miss the boat because it's not there yet. You get too impatient and you run on and you've missed this incredible journey that's waiting for you. So if you're in the flow state, you'll be exactly where you're meant to be when you're meant to be there. And that feels like why you're being slowed right down at the end, to make sure that you catch these ships when they come in. You've got the Page of Cups there. Beautiful. Really love that. He's the one that's reminding you to stay optimistic, to keep that passion going. He's the page that believes in happily ever after. So don't lose hope here. Don't lose faith. Know that things are still really positive for you. Keep that optimistic outlook that you have with that Fool, and trust that things are happening the way they're meant to happen. With that higher perspective, you'll gain with that Hanged Man. Ooh, the Knight of Cups. You've got the King, the Page, and the Knight of Cups now. That's really cool. The Knight of Cups is a new offer coming in. Someone wearing their heart on their sleeve, wanting you to have a little bit of a journey with them, a romantic encounter perhaps. Whatever this is, this feels like someone coming towards you that has some kind of offer that it feels like it's almost feeling like it's coming out of left field. And if you're not in the right space to be open to it, you might dismiss it out of hand. It's not necessarily something that's like one and done. Like if you miss it, it doesn't feel like it's going to be the end of your world, but it feels like whatever this is, it's creating the opportunity for something very, very positive, but it feels unexpected and unusual. It's the flavor I'm getting from it. So if you're in this beautiful balanced state as this Hanged Man, keeping positive and open and optimistic about your future and about what's happening around you, and moving with this slow, steady, patient energy, being in that flow, when this offer comes in, I feel like you'll kind of go, oh, why not? I'll give it a go, without any real idea of where it's going to lead. I'm not seeing where it's going to lead either, but it has this flavor of just a new adventure. And that's what you're after with that Fool card. So keep your heart open. Just be mindful. The Knight of Cups can sometimes be a little bit fickle. He's so in love with the idea of love and romance that he's not really committed to a long-term relationship, which is interesting because you're ready for something long-term. So when this comes in, just be this page, be open and optimistic, but don't put all of your hopes on whatever this is that's coming in behind it. For instance, if we're talking about romance, if someone asks you out, don't imagine on the first date you guys getting married and living happily ever after. Keep things a little bit more open, because I feel like too much too soon will scare this off. Or alternatively, you might put all your hopes in this person, and then after the second or third date you realize that actually I'm not really sure I want to be with this person after all. But at least you've put yourself out there. There's something about just being open to this that is keeping you present and ready for whatever this new journey is that's ahead for you. That's really cool. Bottom of the deck, you've got the Three of Pentacles. This is a collaboration of some kind. I like this Three of Pentacles more than the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot Three of Pentacles, because the Three of Pentacles tends to me to be starting at the beginning and having to work your way slowly and patiently through learning and practicing and building. It's the apprenticeship card. So it's just this sense of things taking a long time. And there is the possibility of getting bored, closing your heart off. Oh, wow, we've got the Three of Wands under there as well. Whatever this is, I feel like this is asking you to just be patient, to allow yourself to start at the beginning where you need to, but don't feel so disheartened about things taking a long time. The reason I like this particular card is that they're on a long journey. They've kind of got a destination in mind, but they're not worried about it taking ages, because for them, the journey is the point. They're enjoying the journey. They're not about the destination. If you can embrace this, I'm sort of feeling it's coming from this Knight of Pentacles towards the end of the month. If you can embrace this slower energy from that mindset, from that sense of, okay, I'm here to enjoy the journey, not to reach a destination, you'll flow through this much more easily, and you'll be able to keep your heart open and not get so frustrated and disheartened by the slow pace of things. Okay, let me pull 3 final message cards for you. You've got quite a month ahead of you. Wow. Okay, we got the Hanged Man again. Another message saying the same thing. This is a really interesting message that it keeps coming through. These cards are all asking you, even while you're going through wonderful things and experiencing lots of sweetness and happiness and contentedness, to be mindful not to neglect that inner world. Take time out to connect in with yourself and see things from a higher perspective. Like I said, this is a card of pause, of stopping for a moment. And at the moment, it's right over the top of that High Priestess and that Four of Swords. This is really reiterating for me that need to make a small space of time for practicing connecting with your intuition. If you can manage even 10 minutes in the morning or before you go to bed at night to close your eyes and just focus on your breath. If that's the most you can do, that should be enough. The more you can do, the better, but don't force yourself into an hour-long meditation every morning if you can't sustain it. This needs to be something that works for you. It's just about connecting with yourself. It should be enjoyable. It should feel like a sense of relief and peace and coming home. So find a practice that makes you feel that way and allow it to become a part of your routine, because you want to sustain it when it makes you feel good. That's what this Hanged Man coming in twice is asking you to do here. Right, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. Part of this, taking time out to assess things and see things from a higher perspective, is to give yourself time to have a look at where you've come from, where you are now, and what you want to take forward with you. This is a very practical card. So this is a very practical request here. And I'm actually getting the sense of exactly what I was talking to you about. Making a practice for your spiritual development, for connecting in with yourself, that is lasting, that actually makes you feel good. So if you try a few different things, if you try chanting or going to church or meditating or doing gardening or sitting under a tree and looking at the clouds, whatever helps you connect in with yourself, if you try a bunch of these things, this card is sort of saying, figure out what works for you and disregard all the rest. Try as much as you can to focus on one specific practice that works for you. If you have more than one, that's fine, but just try not to dissipate your energy or your focus too much, because this is about connecting in with yourself. You also got the Eight of Cups again. Really cool. This is another one that is saying the same thing about figuring out what works for you and walking away from what is not serving you any longer. Now, we were talking about spiritual practices, but these two cards are both relevant for a much broader scope in your life. Assess what's working for you in your life, emotionally, practically, and what's not working. It's time to walk away. It's time to leave that behind. We were talking about that with that Four of Cups as well. If there are people in your life, if there are relationships in your life that are no longer serving you and likely no longer serving the other person, unless they're sort of energy vampires and sucking all the life out of you, then it's time to walk away. You don't need to be part of that anymore. And if it's not serving the other person either, it's for their benefit too. So it's not selfish to walk away from a relationship that's actually not sustainable. You want something sustainable, lasting, that allows you to take that time out to get perspective on things. And you need to do that in order to see what's worth carrying forward into your new life. Wow. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Swords again. You got a lot of doubles here. And to end on the Five of Swords is really interesting. Let me just see what's underneath that. Whoopsie. Sorry. Nine of Swords and the Lovers. The Devil's poking out there, and we had that Nine of Wands appear as well. So you may have moments where you are getting caught in your head. This is again that no-win situation. See things from a higher perspective, break out of old thought patterns, use the practices that you've worked on to connect in with your intuition and figure out what you need to leave behind. This is one of those things you need to leave behind. Leaving behind your internal battles, your anxious thoughts and stresses, leaving behind anyone around you that's causing arguments just for the sake of arguing, because no one wins in those situations. The person who wins the fight loses his friends, and obviously the people who lose the fight, they're walking away for good. They don't want anything to do with this person anymore. So no one wins. It's a waste of energy, and you're much better served focusing on your higher goals and your inner world, your inner landscape. So release these stresses, release these thoughts. Oh my goodness, you got the sun there. Climb to new heights, follow your heart, The sun is shining on you. You've got angelic support with this. Whenever you follow your heart, the angels are with you. So keep connected to your heart. Now, we did have that devil. Break free of those chains. These are old patterns that you might be tempted to fall back into. You don't need to do that anymore. The fates are on your side. And we had this Nine of Wands. If you ever feel a little overwhelmed, take time out. That's exactly what that Hanged Man was saying. Take time out to recover your energies, restore yourself, and move through this month with that same sense of optimism and hope for your future, because bright, brilliant things are ahead for you. Remember, you've still got something waiting to come in for you sometime after this month. So let's see what's coming in. Have an incredible time, Aquarius. I wish you all the best.